Hello, I'm Twyla from My Bilingual Life. I told you in the last video a little bit about Outschool, so now I want to show you a little bit about how to get signed up. So let me share my screen with you, and let's walk through the process. First, there is a nice referral process, and if you would be kind enough to use my referral link, I would love to be your mentor. I would love to help you out. And I will get a little bit of something for doing that, but I'd love to be able to help you. And I really hope that you would use my referral link. You can find it down at the bottom. So you'll come to Outschool on a page something like this, and there's a lot of information about Outschool. There's some great videos that you can watch. You can preview a live class, see some of the successful teachers. So there's a lot of great information here, but you're eventually going to go here to sign up to teach. Now I'm already signed up, but we're going to sign up another account just so that you can see. So let me put in my email address and let me make a password. Okay, so here's where you have to do your application. There is lots of information for you as you go through this process. Here is a short video about teaching on Outschool, how it works. I really recommend that you do watch this. And it says all fields are required. They do ask about professional teaching experience, but it's not necessarily a requirement. And at this time, you must be based in the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, or the United Kingdom. I've heard that they're planning on adding more places soon, so you can always check back if you're not there now. So first of all is your full name, which is not a problem. Okay, and your email. You do need to confirm the link that they sent to you. The phone number. Sorry, I'm not putting my phone number on YouTube. Your location. And your country. List any experience you have teaching or working with youth, whether as a professional, a volunteer, or in your personal life. You don't need previous teaching experience to teach on Outschool. Our teachers come from a variety of professional backgrounds. So you can be as specific with this. This was fairly simple for me because I was a brick and mortar teacher in a public school. So I just put that. But put whatever experience you have. If you've taught your own children, if you've been a homeschool mom, this is a perfect place to put that. If you've worked with children in maybe your church setting or 4-H or Girl Scouts, any kind of experience that you've had with children, this is where you would put that. Okay, so be specific with years, subjects, age of learners, and any context regarding your teaching. So this is more or less your resume of working with kids. If you have your own kids, that is experience. Okay, so Outschool teachers create their own classes. What topics are you passionate about teaching? What experience or expertise do you have in these subject areas? So it's fine to share high-level topics. Okay, so obviously one of mine was ESL, English as a Second Language, and Spanish. So you can be pretty broad in this category. It could also be a hobby. I have seen people that have taught classes about raising chickens. I've had a very successful class. It's a lot of fun talking about horse competitions. What can horses do is the name of one of my classes. So this can be pretty broad. Parents come to Outschool looking for topics that will help their child academically or something that's going to enhance them or something that the kids enjoy doing. Right now, since most of our children in the United States are in quarantine, this is a great way that they can meet other children and have some interaction. Okay? So you don't have to have a teaching credential or a certificate to teach on Outschool, but please list your academic degrees, teaching credentials, or other relevant professional certifications. So this can be anything. It would just all depend on what kind of subjects you're going to teach and what experience you have. Just be honest. Just be honest. And then you do a quick video to introduce yourself. It's a 30 to 90-second video for our team. This one will stay private and will not be visible to families. So this is basically where you're telling Outschool why you want to do this and who you are. And they also kind of want to see what your space is going to look like. We'll talk about that in another video. It does not have to be set up like a classroom like mine, but they do want to see that you have a decent setup, that you're not sitting in front of a window where you can't see your face. So show your teaching personality. Tell a joke, teach them something new, explain why you love teaching. So it's a very short video. Please do not stress out about it. Just go ahead and do it and get it sent in. Then you have the terms of service, class content policy, and community standards. You definitely need to read these before you go on. Okay? So that is pretty much the application. Now do know that since you will be working with children, you're going to be required to pass a background check. So after you get to a certain point, they will ask for a background check. So far, I have been very happy with them, and they're quite lenient because they want to get a wide variety of people in teaching. So this is the application process. It's relatively simple. Do not overthink it. You can, these areas that you plan on teaching, you do not have to stay there. For example, like I said, I've taught ESL classes, I've taught Spanish classes, but I've also taught a few high school literature classes where we've analyzed some short stories. I've also taught, like I said, I taught the class about horses. So do not overthink this. Once you get in and you have a few classes under your belt, you can definitely branch out. Okay, I hope that answers any questions you have. This is not a very difficult application. Just don't overthink it. Each section is not something that you have to seriously worry about. Okay, I'll see you in another video and we'll talk about some of the other things that you need to get ready to teach on Outschool. One thing I want to mention is that since Outschool right now is pretty overwhelmed, there's lots of new teachers coming on board and there's lots of new students, lots of new classes. Be prepared that it may take a few days for your application to go through, maybe even a week or two. Normally the onboarding process is very quick, but I know right now the administration of Outschool is pretty overwhelmed. So just prepared for that and go ahead and get started thinking about what classes you might want to teach. Again, if you're ready to start teaching on Outschool, please use my link down below because I will get a little bit of help for being a referral and I would appreciate that. Thank you.